morning. Stream seems a little bit laggy this morning. Not sure why. Quite a bit laggy. What the hell? All right, whatever. Why are we dropping frames? Yeah, Kevcam. Check out the title down there. We are doing the realignment one right now. We are offensive coordinator at Notre Dame. We will only be at Notre Dame for one season. The fuck? Stream is laggy as shit today. Like, really bad. So as OC, we do not recruit. We can't play defense. And we have to use the school's playbook that we're at. So this first season we're at Notre Dame. So we will play with them for 1 year and leave and go somewhere else. It's going to take me about 3 seasons to get my head coach or my coach points up to level 24, which is what I want to be at before I take a head coach job. So we're just going to blow through these games as fast as we can. We've already won our first 5 games. Dinger, welcome in. Welcome in morning, everybody. So we're just going to play these games. The stream is lagging out today really bad, and I don't know why. Dropping frames like crazy. So you might want to refresh your feed. I haven't had a frame dropping issue for a while. Let me see this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm looking at Gotham Stank Fingers yesterday was my 500th follower. So yay, we crossed that barrier. What the fuck is going on? Anyway. So again, I accidentally saved over my Iowa Dynasty file. The last time I had saved it to the cloud was December 2nd, which was at the end of season 2 for Ohio State. So I was able to grab that file last night. I finished off that season for Ohio State. Exact same things happened. Scores were a little off, but I won the games I was supposed to win. Left and went to Texas A&M. Got all the recruits that I got there. The only change I had to make to Texas A&M's schedule is I have to play Kansas and USC instead of SMU and UCLA. So I'm going to do all that off stream. Get through that season at Texas A&M, get to Iowa, and try and basically rebuild those 2 seasons as best as I can. I may not have, the exact same kind of players, but I will name them the same at least. And so at some point in the next couple of weeks, whatever, we'll be able to get back to Iowa. But in the meantime, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna have dueling dynasties going on. So if I get tired of one, I can play the other. So like I said, with this one, the first 3 seasons we're gonna be OC at big schools and get our coach points up to level 24, and then I'll go get a head coach job somewhere. Give me 1 second here. I'll bring up the Google Doc that shows the layout of the. I'll show the layout of all the conferences. Give me 1 second here. bump up the size so you can see it. There you go. So this is what the conferences look like in this realignment. It's all geographical, so I'm not. I didn't pay any attention to the level of the school. We're just going to do it based on geography. So you can see the Pac-12 is all the West. Big 12 is all Texas. SEC is all Florida and Georgia. Conference USA is basically the Carolinas, Kentucky, Tennessee. Sun Belt is all Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi. The MAC is Ohio and the Northeast. Pardon me. Mountain West is pretty much the same as the Mountain West, although we added the Arizona schools and Boise and Utah. AAC, the American, is basically the Midwest, from Minnesota all the way down to Oklahoma. The ACC is pretty much Virginia, North Carolina, all those guys. Big Ten is a lot of the regular Big Ten schools plus all the directional Michigans and Ball State. And then Notre Dame and BYU are independent, and we're playing as Notre Dame. We're kind of waiting to see how these conferences play out over the next 3 years to see what school we want to go to. Some of these big schools are just going to dominate for a little bit, but as they lose their coaches to retirement and stuff, they'll fall back. So, but anyway, that's what that looks like. Pardon me. So, yeah, there is a serious lag going on. We're dropping frames like crazy. Don't know why. Do not know why. My wife must be, I haven't had a problem with my wife doing her, let me close that up. Fuck this. I'll just reload my, I'll reload my, my file to YouTube later. It's driving me insane. See if that stops the frame rates dropping. Usually I can upload shit to YouTube while I stream and it's not a problem, but today it seems to be a problem. Anyway, so if it lags out for you guys, just hit refresh. And it's driving me insane because I'm literally 10 seconds behind. So hopefully that solves the problem. I'll just upload that shit later tonight. Anyway, let's get in here and play. The games are going to go fast because we don't play defense. So, and I'm not recruiting, so we don't have to worry about that. So everything's going to go super fast. And I don't have to worry about uniforms with these two teams. So, again, I have to use the school's playbook and not my own. So that'll be a different difficulty thing. So, anyway, this is what we're going to do for now. I'm going to try and get the old save on Iowa updated over the next week or so off stream. So if you see a notification for Iowa, you know I've gotten all the way through the one season at Texas A&M and both seasons at Iowa. I might just replay the whole third season and delete those VODs off of YouTube. So, all right, they have a corner out and a wide receiver out. Mims is hurt. That's good for us. Again, we're lagging. We're a good 10 seconds behind live on the stream. That's better. Keep refreshing me, everybody. Just keep refreshing. Yeah, we're dropping frames like crazy today. Gonna be one of those days. My wife has a bunch of meetings today online, so that might be an issue. We won't be streaming. We won't be streaming for a long stream today, but it shouldn't take long to get these games done. We've got. They don't have a conference championship, so they're only going to play 13 games. So we basically have 8 games left if you count the bowl game. So don't know if I can get 7 games done. Probably end up doing, I don't know, 4 or 5, and then finish up finish up over the weekend. Oscar Meyer at tight end. So, since we're not doing all this extra work with, God damn it. How is he running even and then he warps in front of him when I throw the ball? There's no physical way you can warp through the guy like that. Just lazy programming. I actually kind of like that play because if the end plays the pitch, then he ignores the first halfback and the quarterback and plays the wide receiver. And you have two guys that can gash them up the middle as opposed to just one guy. I could have run with the running back there and got some decent yards. And the quarterback still had a huge hole to run to. I waited too long. Plus, with this OC, I can't go for it every time on fourth down. And the computer has to kick. So there's another level of unpredictability with this. Get that guy, thank you. Morning, Rocky Top. I was just saying we've got 8 games left on this regular season for Notre Dame, and I don't think we're going to play them all today. We'll get at least 4 games in. Maybe more. I'm in the middle of doing laundry, which for just 2 of us is really small. It's 2 loads. It won't take me that long. But I also need to run to the store and get some orange juice and grenadine and tequila because we're celebrating my younger son getting a job offer from Charles Schwab yesterday. And he and his fiance are coming over for dinner. And he wants tequila sunrise to have with dinner. We're having breakfast for dinner. So now I got to go buy this stuff. Always have plenty of tequila. I just don't always have orange juice and shit. He scored anyway. I hit X and it didn't hand off. So hope you guys' week's gone well. We're supposed to get a couple inches of snow tonight and tomorrow. So that'll be. It didn't take them long to score. That'll be new and different. The dogs will get to go out and play in the snow. I was trying to turn him around. Yeah, he's excited. He was working as a project manager for construction companies. He's really good at sales. He used to wait tables too. He's very much like my dad. They pretty much talk the panties off a nun. That's how good they are at talking to people and getting them to do what they want. So he should do well. He's got like 20 weeks of training to go, and he's got to get a bunch of licenses and such, and he'll probably end up being a day trader in a couple of years. Yeah, it's all right. Depends on the game, Humdinger. Depends on the score of the game. If I'm trailing or something like that, yeah, I'll no huddle it. But you know, it's early in the game and it's 4th and inches around the midfield. Yeah. Yeah, one of these days, Rocky Top, I'll go back and get a real job too. Been kind of semi-retired for the last few years, just doing volleyball, and I haven't reffed in several months because of all the injuries I had. I mean, I'm normally off over the summer, but then break your wrist and you can't do your job. So So getting to the point where it's like, yeah, maybe we just need to get out of the house and go do something. But I'm kind of waiting for this COVID bullshit to get over with because I'm not wearing a fucking mask and I'm not getting vaccinated. So not trying to start a whole discussion on that topic, but yeah, I'm not going in and playing their fucking silly reindeer games for something that's basically a cold. Besides the fact that I've already had it. Let's go, boys. So what do you guys think about having the NFL wildcard game on a Monday as opposed to getting them all done over the weekend? I know we have an extra game this year because of, but it seems, well, they don't have an extra game. They split that game off. There's 3 on one day, but seems kind of manipulative to just drive views, which I guess is their whole goal. They want as many views as possible, but look at that run. Yeah, it's no fun doing a job you hate. I did that. I worked for an internet startup for 5 years, and I was working with a bunch of 20-somethings, mid to young 20s, and I'm in my late 40s, and it was a big cultural difference. Everybody wants to chat on IM instead of walking up and talking to people in person. And I don't know if it's because they want to have something they can go back and read later, or they just don't like someone walking up and talking to them. It's really a strange dynamic, but was not a good fit for me at that place. Thought it was, but it wasn't. But I got my 5 years in, got my stock vested. I got like 11,000 shares of stock in this company, so. Yeah, I have no teams in the playoffs right now. I mean, I could root for Kansas City because they're the closest team to me, and I do like Mahomes. My daughter's boyfriend is a huge Chiefs fan because he lives closer to Kansas City. So I wouldn't mind seeing them win, but I'm not living and dying with anybody in the playoffs. Chiefs don't go. It'd be kind of fun to watch Burrow and the Bengals and see what they could do. But they're goddamn fumbles. The Bengals are young, and they haven't learned how to win those big pressure playoff games yet. So I don't expect them to this year. I think the Bengals are going to be fucking lit next year. Thank God how everything turned on. I think the Bengals are going to be one of the best teams in the NFL next year. That'll be year 3 for Burrow in this offense. Chase and Higgins with another year. God, he was way off. Just got to keep Mixon and Burrow healthy. They need to invest in as many good offensive linemen as they can to keep those guys upright. And they will be just fine. Pittsburgh is going to take a dive here, depending on what kind of quarterback they get. Cleveland, you just don't know what they're going to do. They have a really talented team, and they just can't. I mean, Mayfield's been hurt all year, and they just can't seem to win games they should. Ravens, they're still trying to figure out their offense, and then having Lamar Jackson out for so many weeks just kind of mess with it. Although Huntley he's been pretty good at quarterback. He hasn't been bad. He's not like cost them games because he's horrible like some of the other quarterbacks in the league. It's just they're inconsistent. I will tell you one thing that I've enjoyed, and I targeted this guy in fantasy from day one because I actually paid attention to the Ravens and how they run their offense. I got Mark Andrews this past season for $9. I'm in a auction league, not a draft league. I don't do draft leagues. We do auction where everybody can bid on all the players. And I targeted Andrews, and fucking Kelsey went for $36, and Waller went for $28. Pitts went for over $20. I think Kittle went for close to $30. And I got Andrews for $9, and he produced better than all of those guys. And once they got through the first, 5 or 6 weeks and they were dicking around too much and finally decided to use Andrews, he's been crazy good. Morning, Miller Time. Welcome in, man. So I'm going to have him as one of my keepers next year. I have Joe Burrow next year for $6, and I have Javonte Williams for $6. So something like that. So like low 20s dollars spent for those three guys. So I'll be able to go out and get whatever running back and wide receiver I want. It was hilarious. The first year that Mahomes was a starter, I got him in that auction for $5. No, for $4. I had him for $4. And I won the league that year, obviously. And then I had him the next year for $5 and the third year for $6. So, yeah, it cost me $4 to get almost 50 touchdowns that first year. That was awesome. So, yeah, I like finding those really cheap, especially the really cheap quarterbacks, and then dropping $30 on multiple wide receivers. I hate spending big bucks on running backs because they're so unpredictable. And they always get hurt. And there's very few guys that are true number one guys that dominate carries. But they don't have that problem at wide receiver. You get a dominant receiver, they throw to them religiously. Look at Adams, look at Cooper Kupp. Those guys are way more predictable than the running backs. So I would rather take more shots in the dark and spend less money on running backs. Oh, Jesus. And I wasn't paying attention to what my down and distance was. And we missed a field goal. I'm too busy talking fantasy football and not paying attention to what I'm doing. So let's take a shot deep from inside our own 10. What do you say? So there was a guy in my league who did that same thing. Went cheap at running back and went expensive at wide receiver. And then one of his receivers was Ridley, and one of them was somebody else who got hurt. And he and I had very similar. Tried to do a 50-50 ball. He and I were very similar in points scored, but he had 300 less points allowed than me. It was one of those years where everybody I played put up 150 points. It was just ridiculous. And I had a week where I put up over 200 points. That's picked. Oh, we caught it. But, yeah, I'd rather go cheap at running back and I live on the waiver wire each week. It was funny. This league, we used to have where you could only pick up 8 guys the entire season off waivers. So you were stuck with your team, right? Oh, that's picked. Goddamn. And I was like, that's not nearly enough for this long of a season. And so I talked him into going to basically free agent bidding for players, and we had a budget that we could spend. And they gave me basically $150 to spend on free agents. God damn, how did he get there so fast? So I just grabbed guys for $1 and $2 all the time. I rotated. 2 years ago, I rotated my kickers off the waivers every single week, and I do the same thing with defense. I'll just get one of each to start the season, and then I just go with whoever's free agent and hot, and just play the matchups every week for what's out there. But $150, you're spending that at $1 or $2 at a time. I think I picked up like 38 players this year. Get out of the pocket. There it is. Get out of bounds. There we go. I was like, do you really want to give me that much money to spend $1 or $2 at a time? You do not know who you are giving this power to. That would be like me having unlimited recruits in NCAA. That's nice. And he's, of course, down at the 1. Always down at the 1. All right. We're going to run this in. Do I have the right play? Give me any kind of inside zone. There we go. All right. We do have one timeout. So if we don't score, we can call the timeout. Just kick the field goal. There we go. And Kyron Williams is so much fun to use in this game. Yeah, the first year I figured out how to do the expensive wide receivers. I had Odell Beckham, but I had him in a really cheap contract because I picked him up when he was a rookie, right after Victor Cruz got hurt. I got him off free agency. So I had him for $6 his second year. And then I spent $30 on Julio Jones when he was actually healthy and doing well. So I had Odell and Julio. And I had a really good tight end too, and I can't remember who it was. I was just crushing these guys. I think that was the first year I had Mahomes, so it was not fun for them. All right. We're just going to blow through these games today as quick as possible. Wife hates when I stream multiple days in a row, so we're just going to get some games in here and move this season along so we can actually get to a point where we can pick a new school. Oh, hold on to the ball. Come on. That wasn't that bad of a hit. No, go ahead, Rocky Top. Tell me. No, you didn't tell me. See, I used to work for a fantasy sports company for 13 years, so I was required to play. Tough job, right? We had office leagues, and then they want us to play in other leagues, and I was in charge of assigning player values to the players because it was a salary cap, national salary cap game. Yeah, luckily it's just a video game, and I didn't kill that dude. Oh, I was trying to cut inside him. Man, the revamp guys added in a screen pass that is fucking OP. I have gone to the house at least 3 times on stream. Not on stream, but in my user leagues with that particular play. It is... Whatever they did, the blocking actually works. And I don't get my running back caught up on the defensive lineman. It's a wonderful play. Let's see if we can hit this tight end over the middle for a touchdown. 27 leagues. High rollers. Hey, Cavicom, do you ever play CDM Fantasy Sports or Fanball? That's who I worked for. I was the one that made all the salaries for those games. Yeah. Yeah, I've learned that you can't go with your favorite players. You got to go with the best players. That's funny. Yeah, the first time I ever played fantasy was back in the late 80s at my fraternity, and I didn't know how to play it. It was brand new to me, and I took Eric Dickerson in the first round, but that was after he was a stud at the Rams. So, but I passed up on Dan Marino, and that was when he was throwing 40 touchdowns a year. Yeah, I worked for Fanball. I helped them out with their Commissioner League stuff. I did all the print ads for their salary cap games, and then so I did all the ads that you would see in magazines and stuff. And then I also did player notes for Roto Times when that was still around. And then I did the player salaries for all the salary cap games. So CDM was around for a long time, then they got bought. I think they actually they merged with Fanball, and then at some point, the company that used to own DirecTV and the Atlanta Braves, I can't remember the name of them, they bought all of us and laid off anybody that was making money. I was a salary position. I wasn't a part-time, hourly guy that was answering phones and shit. So, oh, you're making money, you're fired. God damn it. He baited me. He absolutely baited me on that coverage. I saw him jump behind me, and then he ran in front after I threw the ball. That sucks. Absolutely baited me. Good for him. Since I'm not sticking around beyond this year with Notre Dame, I'm not going to get all bent out of shape if we lose games here. Whatever happens this year, and then we'll move on. We're definitely going to another team. I told Revamp yesterday on his stream that if the Texas offensive coordinator job comes up, we're going there. So I will look at Texas and Mizzou for my next OC job. Mostly Texas for his sake, and Mizzou just because they have some really updated, goated uniforms. And I was actually more interested in bringing back my Mizzou Dynasty than doing this, but everybody wanted me to do this, so I have no problem. I even asked that the other day on stream what you guys wanted. So we'll do this and see how it goes. But once I get the Iowa Dynasty save file back to Season 3, we'll bring that back. I grabbed the save file from December, finished off that second season Ohio State, won both games that I was all 3 games that were on that last stream, finished up the recruiting class, went to Texas A&M. I got all of the guys that we got from that stream, plus like 3 other guys committed. And so I had to watch that VOD last night to go through and do all of the same off-season moves and player changes and like position changes and cuts and all that stuff. So I have pretty much the same roster. And I rebuilt the schedule, except it wouldn't let me play SMU and UCLA. So I scheduled Kansas and USC. And that's where I stopped. So I'll do that off stream and get that whole season done. And I'm not sure how dedicated I'm going to be at recruiting for them since I know I'm leaving. But I'm still going to put a thing together because you never know if Franklin's going to leave or not. So with this geographic realignment, I've seen guys, pardon me, I've seen guys on Reddit posting their realignment ideas, and so I just grabbed a map and started carving it up and went that way and did not care what the level of schools are. Williams doesn't have nearly enough rushing touchdowns, so we got to work on that. But yeah, I was definitely interested in continuing my old Mizzou one. I was also kind of intrigued by starting that Texas Tech one up again and picking a new school, or just finishing off the next season and then seeing what was available. So there it is. Oh God, I'm running backwards, throwing off my back foot. Doesn't work. He was open too. If I could have just stopped. All right, since I can't go for it on 4th down, we're just going to have to force this issue. And I can't guarantee they're going to make this goddamn field goal. There we go. But Yeah, I figured if we're going to realign, let's just put them all in the same areas. I really wanted the entire Big 12 to be Texas teams. I thought that was appropriate. Trying to like rebuild the Southwestern Conference. I would have put Arkansas in there to rank it a real, true Southwest Conference, but that kind of messed with the problem is I would have had to put like 14 teams in that conference, and I don't even think I could have done that because I would have had to include Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. So, yeah, I see people do that all the time, and I see them talk about it on Reddit and stuff. Oh my God, he's so open. I don't like doing the recruiting restrictions. Not because it's not, I don't like the challenge, but it's just, I've seen some on Reddit and Operation Sports to have so many restrictions. It's just hard to remember what you can and can't do. And you get in the heat of the battle and you forget what you're doing. I mean, it would be good to do off stream where it's just you doing it, but trying to do that on stream and explain yourself every single stream to new people walking in and wanting to know what you're doing is I'm just not interested in that. But I could see where people would really like the challenge. If you don't know who Param Crow is, I don't know what planet you live on, but if you don't follow him on Twitch and YouTube, you should go follow him. I learned a lot of recruiting from him and Flemlo Raps and guys at Operation Sports and Reddit. But Param's been doing this series on YouTube where he only recruits guys from one particular state or a small group of states if they're a bunch of small states, and trying to win a natty with just guys from like Pennsylvania or just guys from Ohio or just guys from Nebraska. So that's got to be a really, really tough challenge because, there's not going to be a ton of really good offense and defensive linemen. He did one with athletes. The only problem with athletes is you don't get enough offense and defensive linemen out of the... I'm just talking. I'm running the ball on 3rd and 8. Jesus. All right, let's try not to fuck this up because I'm too busy talking. He recruited this one dude that had like 61 speed, and I was like, he's like, oh, he's got great receiving skills. He's a tight end or a fullback, and I'm like, no, his height and weight and his measurables, he's an offensive or defensive lineman. He's too slow. 61 speed is a guard or a tackle or a D tackle. He's definitely not a tight end. Hit that guy. Thank you. We're going to have 2 guys with 100 yards rushing. I have no idea how many passing yards I have. This is the least attention I've paid to a game while playing it. He's got 320 yards. And we're going to have 200-yard rushers. I've just been marching through this team and not even paying attention. I probably should play the game more like this. Canadian A, where are you from? I have a good friend, former frat brother, who was from Toronto, played minor junior hockey up there. It was awesome. We did like floor hockey, intramural floor hockey at college. And he's just ripping slap shots with those orange rubber pucks. And I can't tell you how many bruises I had from him hitting my shoulders, chest with pucks. Ontario. Yeah, I've been to, I went to Skydome one time before I got married. I took a road trip with my best man. We drove from St. Louis straight to Toronto. Saw the Blue Jays and Mariners. It was when the Mariners had Randy Johnson and Ken Griffey. It was the first game that Tom Candiotti pitched for the Blue Jays. And after the game was over, then we drove all the way back to Detroit and crashed for about 3 or 4 hours, and then we went to Tiger Stadium, old Tiger Stadium, and saw the Tigers and Indians, and Tom Selleck was making Mr. Baseball at the time, so he was there dressed out in Tigers uniform, no mustache, taking BP with the team. And then after that game, we left and drove to Bowling Green and had dinner, and then we went to We went to Cincinnati, but we drove across the river into Kentucky and spent the night over there at a Days Inn. Went back to Cincinnati and watched them play the Astros at Riverfront Stadium, and then drove home. So we did all that from Thursday night to Sunday morning. I learned my lesson. Fill up on the U.S. side of the border. we didn't get gas until we got into Windsor, yeah, and it was $1.50 a liter instead of $1.50 a gallon. So I think at that time it was closer to $1 a gallon U.S. So it was a bad decision. You gonna let me flip this play? No? All right. I purposely ran that back straight into the middle so that we would be in the middle of the field for this field goal try. And it's good. All right, 10-point lead, 54 seconds left. And look at Rattler, drives him down, but we win the game. I didn't want to throw a pick there. I just wanted to kick the field goal. So that was fun. Then when we got to past Windsor and we were driving to Toronto, it was like driving through Kansas and Illinois and Missouri. It was very much the same kind of farmland. It's where you get all those hockey boys from the farm. And then you hit Toronto and it's like going to Vancouver or San Francisco. It was hilarious. We got lost in Chinatown in Toronto on the way out. And that was before cell phones. So we didn't have GPS. Yeah, I learned my lesson. Always get the fuel in the United States first. That was not fun. Hey, Florida lost to Tennessee, Rocky Top. And North Carolina State lost to Pitt. Maryland beat Florida State. Did we get an upgrade, or was that from last time? Yeah, it was last time. So my goal is to get my head coach up to a level 24 by the end of the third season. That's like 24? No. I could be 21. Level 21's okay. 21 would get us everything but locksmith and insta-commit. So I would be happy with that. So we start at level 3. So that would be 18 points. So that's 6 points a season. So I need to be at 9 after this season, 15 after next year, 21 after the third year. I don't start a new coach at any level lower than 3. I want to make sure, even if I start a new head coach, I always want to be able, I can recruit just by hitting scout. I want to be able to scout just by hitting the button one time and not have to waste 25% every week until he's scouted. That's just a waste of time. I was watching a YouTube video this morning about the new college football game. They are trying to get an exclusive simulation license for college football for 4 years. And they're going to pay the schools on a tiered basis based on how well the school plays. So I assume the players would get that. And they're going to use Frostbite, so that means the gameplay is going to suck ass. And, they're going to mud it up. So we haven't looked at their recruiting for a while. Let's see what they have, because they have 6 guys signed. I'm not going to help them out. I just want to see what they have. Yeah, you would think they have a bunch of high 70s and 80s. Look at all those 60s backfilling. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, we're up to week 4. So let's save again. I learned my lesson, guys. I went through. That's why I made this save OC, so I know exactly which one it is. This morning I went through and took all of my local save files and saved them to the cloud, which is really very easy. You got to be outside the game, but then you just go to where the save files are and you select all and tell it to copy. They'll ask you if you want to copy, where you want to copy, and you just tell them to the cloud, and it takes less than 5 minutes. So make sure you update those save files on the cloud at least at the end of each season, so you only have to replay one season and not 4. Oh man. I'm going to have to remember to do it after every stream so that I don't have to redo streams. Because if I had saved at the end of last season, we would have just had to replay 6 games and that would have been okay. But now I'm replaying 3.5 seasons. Not fun. So. All right. This should be all big schools because they're having a bunch of low-tiered schools. Except for San Jose. Look at that. Georgia's got to be loving that. They're in the Pac-12 and they're 6-0. Let's check the Heisman. All right. We have Williams, number 2 right now. That's good. All right, we played 6 games. This schedule is really weird. I have 3 byes in the last 4 weeks of the season before the conference championship with this schedule, so we're going to be skipping forward pretty fast at the end. Well, at least I'm getting interceptions close. There's only 4 more interceptions and touchdowns. He might go over 1,000 yards this next game. Let's look. I have not done a graphic for the schedule. I haven't done any graphics for this one, so we'll have to look and see. So we got 3-1 Pitt, 4-1 USC, 3-2 Washington, and then teams that are not playing well here. So I would imagine we'll get these 3 games done at least. Maybe that, but probably 3 more games. Gonna see what time it looks like. About 3 o'clock, I'm gonna have to take off anyway. And then we'll come back over the weekend and finish this off so we can get started with the next season. Be nice if I had the time and no one was coming over for dinner tonight, I would just finish this season today and be done with it, but that's not going to be possible, so we'll just work around it. Those shoes. That only shows up red in here. They show up the normal color outside in the game. At least they're supposed to. We'll find out. Let's see if they're going to wear their ruby red slippers against us. Wonderful. Love the rain. We get at least 3 rain games a year, which is ridiculous. When's the last time you saw a torrential downpour in a college football game? Oh, they are wearing their blue shoes, even though it shows red on the other page. Yeah, Rocky Top, I have played at Syracuse before in an off-stream one. It's nice because you don't have to worry about it affecting your kicking either. Syracuse has some really nice uniforms. I like their all blue ones with the white helmets. That is such a good run play. Blocking in that play is so good. The only bad thing about the Syracuse one is you don't get any snow, but pretty sure you don't want to have 15 snow games either. What's funny is seeing snow games when you play as North Carolina. And snow games when you're playing as Oregon, when they play Oregon State, it usually snows that game in game. Ah, damn it. Doesn't have the arm strength. I forget this guy doesn't have a very strong arm. I hate this type of option play, but let's try it anyway. Yeah. They just blow through the blockers. That is a terrible. That veer option is trash. Look at that. They all broke through. I don't even know what play I just called. I was spamming X to get that replay to go away. Get there. Yes, wow. There are some plays in this game that just the blocking falls apart immediately, and other ones the blocking is just so good that you can't defend it at all on defense. I had nobody open on that play. I was just kind of hoping I could throw it deep enough to get over him. Damn. So he held the edge, and then the middle linebacker blew right through the middle. Yeah, this feels way different than the last game. You would think Oklahoma's defense would be better than Pitt's, but it doesn't play that way. Was able to fit that one in there. Didn't have a lot of zip on it, though. It's really strange playing as Notre Dame. I never play as these big schools like this. I mean, I did Ohio State, but that was more of a time-wasting thing. It's funny, I don't like to play as the really, really high overall schools and the really, really low overall. Give me those middle ground teams. Texas Tech and Mizzou. I wouldn't consider Iowa one of those really high overall teams, even though they Big Ten. They're not going to be 99 out of the box. They do require some work. This playbook is garbage too. There we go. Yeah. Oregon's like a 3-star, and they're in the low 80s in the Iowa save that I have. So I was kind of hoping to go there when I'm done, but this setup right here, if I was in my old playbook, I would audible to a run. Never press on the slant. Never works. Press on the slant. As soon as they break by you, they got a full step on you, and that's an easy touchdown. Yeah, I'm using Notre Dame's. Whatever school I'm at. I just went to the playbook and went to Notre Dame. I have my own spread playbook that I've made, and my own air raid playbook. I have my own one back, my own run and shoot. All the default non-school named playbooks. I have my own version of it. Come on, hold on to the ball. That wasn't that hard of a hit. Yep, you're going to press on the outside. You might have to run for this one. And we will. This guy can run. The dogs. No idea what's... Somebody must be here. Don't dive. Run to the ball. God, he just gave up a touchdown. Why? All I did was tap circle. I didn't throw that hard. I just tapped it. And if he just runs to the ball, he walks into the end zone. They missed the extra point. Let's try this wide receiver jet sweep. They never work. Let's just prove a point. Oh! Worked that time. Usually the wide receivers don't block worth a shit. Right, I'll have to remember that, Kava. Oh, man, if I had quarterbacks that actually had throw power, I would throw even more. But I can't guarantee these guys are going to catch the ball. And I can't guarantee that I can make the throw where I need to make it. As much as I love recruiting, it's kind of nice to not just set on autopilot and not even think about it and just play the game. Down the road, I will do another recruiting one where we don't play any games. We just fast sim and recruit. Try and build up a one-star school as quick as can. So, not sure what school we're going to do. Not doing Akron. I've already done Louisiana Monroe. Maybe we'll do New Mexico. I don't know. At least New Mexico has good uniforms. Not that we're going to see them. What I'd probably do is not play any games. We'll just do fast sim unless we get to a bowl game, and then I'll play the bowl game just so we actually get to play with the team. Yeah, Cav, I did the same thing at ULM. I had the number 4? I had the number 4 recruiting class and went 2-10 and got fired. And then we won the Natty in year 4. That was Louisiana Monroe. I started with a head coach called Smooth Talker. And then he got fired, so we made a new coach and named him his brother, Shit Talker. So the Shit Talker got to win the Natty. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll just fast sim each week to like just advance the week. Not even watch the game play. Just recruit. We are chewing these guys up on the ground. We already have 100 yards rushing, and we're not even halfway through the second quarter. Yeah, it's always year 2. What's funny was I was messing around with one with Akron, and we won 2 games the first year, and I got a contract extension. They loved how well I did because I had like a top 10 recruiting class, and they gave me a 5-year extension. But we just fast sim the games, didn't even bother playing them, and it takes so long. God damn it! It takes so long to set it up because the revamped rosters do not have the teams in the correct conferences, there's a lot of teams that are listed as independent that aren't. Hey, we actually made the field goal. So it's really annoying that you got to take like 20 minutes to a half hour to get everything set up just right before you can start playing. That was a nice run. I was planning on throwing the ball, but there was nobody on this side of the field, so I was like, what the hell? And we broke his ankles. Oh. Stopped on a dime, but he couldn't get... I love how they tackle you. They just immediately stop all forward progress. There's no momentum for your guy. He just... it's like hitting a brick wall. Yeah, I'm mindful of the clock. I see it. Fuck. That guy just came out of nowhere. Yeah, exactly. Well, they're going to let me... Let's call a timeout so we don't burn off all this time. Yeah, it takes four of your guys to tackle anybody, and they just arm tackle you with the most minimal amount of leverage at all. You get it? All right, run, hurry up. Let's go. We're 5 wide with the tight end. We can run anything we want. Just going to call the same damn play. Ah! Safety came over and snagged. I was trying to just lob that over his head. If I could have thrown that hard, might have had a chance. That was terrible. Should have been at least a field goal. I dick that around. Yeah, that's one of the most maddening parts of this game is that right there. He hit me and I crumpled, where their guy would just punch my guy in the face and take off down the sideline. I want to know what button I have to use to be able to punch and then throw a defender, because we see that all the time. They punch your guy and then they forearm shiver, lift him off his feet, and throw him back 3 yards. That's not the truck. It's not trucking. It doesn't do that when you do it yourself. All right, he's close to 100 yards. I'm going to get Williams in here. We're going to run the ball a little more, eat some of this clock off. Yeah, but it doesn't work the exact same way for us as it does for them. Jesus. They just ate up our offensive line. That hole got pushed back. Look at this. Everybody's in the backfield. Wow. Okay. Whatever. Hey, at least our defense showed up today. Let's try this triple option. What the hell? These off-tackle plays don't work with this shit either. The blocking is horrible. Watch this linebacker split the gap. Look on the end. I have 3 guys covering 3 guys, and that linebacker is going to shoot the gap on one of these 2 guys. No, he didn't. Shocker. I am shocked. Yeah. There's no such thing as cheese against the computer because the computer cheats. So, yeah, 4 verts is definitely on the menu against the computer. Screw that. I see these people on Reddit all the time doing that holier than thou. Oh, I take 4 verts out of my playbook. Yeah, you're a fucking idiot. The computer can't handle it. Yeah, well, the computer cheats on other plays, so... Quit acting like you're, Jesus. It's not what I intended to do. I wanted to throw that ball over the middle. Yeah, exactly. Break tackle 9,000, and they tackle you with single, just stick an arm out and run into it. I think they just say all 4 verts. I don't really care. And I use 4 verts as a way to... quarterback run a lot. Just run everybody off and take off and run. So just because it's a 4 verts play doesn't mean I'm throwing the ball. Hell, you guys saw me the other day with my Iowa stream. I had 1 second left on the clock. I didn't call 4 verts, but we got an 80-yard touchdown. Depends on what other play you call and what their coverage is. It depends more on their coverage than anything else. If they press you and you're sending somebody on a streak, it's a fucking touchdown. Straight up touchdown. Yeah, the 4 verts where you're 5 wide. I don't even look at the outside receivers. I look at the slot guy on the one side and the angle almost like a slant route on the other, and that's the only 2 guys I look at. Only 2 guys. The other guys are just... they're just a distraction. Hold on to it. Thank you. Yeah, I've got a ton of exploit plays depending on the situation. 79 game win streak. Nice. Yeah, I had 58. I don't know what my longest streak is. They want me to go for 2? All right. I don't know what my longest is off stream. I'm just going to run the same exact play again. I think Snosages said on his stream the other day he had 100, over 100. My Army Sim Dynasty, where I just fast sim and recruit, we've won like 110 games in a row. We've won 7 straight natties. It's okay. We're up 17. Second and 11. What do I want to go with? Let's hit him with this screen. See if they're going to play this. Williams isn't doing as great rushing this game as usual. That was effective. Oh. You know what I like to do is I'll do... oh, shit. Get out there, get out there, get out there. I like to... get out of bounds. Thank you. I like to... I'll start a Dynasty and not play it on stream. I'll just play off stream and just try different playbooks just to see if I can find plays. If you can find 2 or 3 plays out of the same formation, And they've got some, especially pass plays, and then you've got at least 2 good runs. That's all you really need out of that formation. So you don't need every single play out of the formation. Your opponent won't know what to do if you've got 50 different formations that you're running every time. God damn it. I was trying to throw back shoulder. God. I saw that defender in front of him, and I was trying to throw it to the back shoulder, and he threw it forward instead of behind him. Revamp. Is Revamp in here? Pimp in here? I don't think he is. He was talking about how he fucked up his playbook the other day. And that's another reason to continually save your shit to the cloud so that if you screw something up, you can always go back and find it. Because he would be able to go back to the cloud and grab an old version of that playbook and not have to try and recreate. Yeah, they had that screen pass taken away, so we had to bail on that one. I usually don't throw to the other receivers on the I call a screen. Luckily, this quarterback has a lot of agility and he can get out of the pocket. Anyway, anybody that's in here for the first time, I've been doing a multiple season Dynasty. We were in our 3rd year at Iowa, going for 3 natties in a row, and I overwrote my save file accidentally. So we started up a new thing here where I realigned all the conferences geographically. And I'm going to be offensive coordinator for 3 years until I can build up my coach points, and then we'll go pick a school to go play at. We just chose Notre Dame because they're an independent school. They're not in a conference. So we will change schools at the end of this season. We'll go somewhere else. Actually, I want to get to level 21 so that I have all of my recruiting stuff. I don't need I don't need insta commit. I just want to get it so because your level 27 is the highest you can get on recruiting. So if you take away 3 for insta commit and 3 for the lockpick, because I don't really use lockpick that much, then everything else will give you all the points you need to fight against the waited too long. To compete against the big schools, no matter what level your school is. So you'll have 700 points you can put in against your guys each week. All your points in the first half and second half, all your points at the end of the season. You're not severely handicapped. Plus, this way we get to play at different schools and try out different playbooks and use players we never use. So, yeah, lockpick is the last thing that I fill out on the recruiting tree. Even though it's listed on the bottom tier, I ignore it. Because if you're doing recruiting properly, you don't need to pick locks. Lockpick usually comes in handy when you're at a high school and you're fighting against, not high school, but a higher level school. And you're fighting against other big schools. You need to jump back in at the end of the season. All right. Wow, we already got 2 minutes and 43 seconds left in this game. This quarterback's going nuts on the ground. Let's take a shot here. Try and get some yards. I'm looking X. X and R1. Nope. And I'm rolling out like that. I'm not even looking at the pass rush. I'm looking at my receivers. I want to see who breaks open first. Sometimes I'll get sacked because I'm not watching the pass rush, but I'm looking for a place to throw. We know this one worked last time. This is a really good play because this defensive end crashes down. All right, he didn't crash, so he gave me that wide open field to run to. And if he stays in his position, I can just cut straight up the middle with the quarterback. If he crashes down, I don't hand off, and I can run. And if the safety crashes on me, I just pitch it. And if the safety just stays out there and plays the pitch man, I've got that. You saw how much room there was on the back side of that run. Fucking drive a truck through there. All right, they're out of timeouts. So let's turn on chew clock. I don't turn on chew clock until they're out of timeouts. We're up 2 scores. It's not a big deal. 3rd and 4. If I had my playbook, we would run here. But since we don't have my playbook, we got to pass. And he's hurt. Get up. All right, Williams needs 10 yards for 100. Yeah, they're hit sticking me now. They're trying to force a fumble. All right. He's hurt. Wonderful. In comes Mr. Cone. Snap the ball. All right, we ran for 257 yards. Got to do what you got to do when you got baby back arm quarterbacks that can't throw the ball down the field. So he threw for 233 and he ran for 151, and he got hurt. All right. I'll be right back. I got to move some laundry. Give me a second. All right, sorry about that. Wife and I have a system. I do the laundry, she folds the laundry. Works great. I'd much rather wash than fold. All right. All right, 2 games down. It's only noon. Hour and 20 minutes to get 2 games. It's the week to play USC. I went to a game at Notre Dame and saw him play USC. I think it was before, right before Reggie Bush and Leinart. Or was it after? The next year I went and saw him play Pitt, and Larry Fitzgerald was there. And that was the year he got drafted. So whoever was on USC the year before, I don't think it was Bush and Leinart. I think it was who came after them. Can't remember exactly. I was up on the upper deck over by the bands, just sitting and chatting with a friend, watching the game passively more than anything else. The Pitt game, we were actually down on the 25 or 30 in the lower bowl with the family members of the team. It was cool. I got to go out on the field in the north end zone, which is what everybody calls the touchdown Jesus end zone. Got to go out there on the Friday night before. Got to tour the locker room and watch them spray paint the helmets gold and stuff. Got to go to a pep rally over where they play basketball the night before. Was it Whittingham, whatever that guy's name was? That was their head coach. Got a lot of visits coming up. Not my job to schedule them either. We can't get any higher than 4. We're stuck at 4 right now, guys. Need one of these teams to lose. Alabama's playing Arkansas, so that's possible. And we don't have a conference championship game. Bam, welcome in, man. How you doing? Happy Friday to you too, man. We're slugging through this realignment one, trying to get some new content out here. Look, our quarterback jumped our running back. He's all the way up to number 2. Getting closer to getting ahead of interceptions with touchdowns. It's only got 1369 passing, 643 yards rushing. So, fam, I was able to grab my one of my old save game files, and I finished off that last season at Ohio State, and took the job at Texas A&M, and got it all the way to the start of the next season. So I'm going to do all that off stream, get through there. Hopefully Iowa sucks and they fire Franklin like they did for us, and then I can go do that, and I'll replay those 2 seasons. And if I can get to that point, then I'll just delete my VODs and delete my YouTube videos for this last season of Iowa, and we'll just start year 3 at Iowa over again. So, but we'll keep both of these going. We'll flip back and forth between these two, because this is a fun, something different. And what I think, because I like that other head coach, he's maxed out and he's got a history, and I kind of want to keep it going. Yeah, exactly. So what I think I'll do is I will keep the Iowa one as my competitive one, where I try my hardest to win every game and dominate and all that good shit. And then we'll keep this one, and I will move people that have redeemed players off Iowa and put them over here, and I'll open up redeemed players, and I'll lower the price because I have it jacked up right now because I don't need a bunch of viewers on the team right now at Iowa. I'm trying to do something specific over there. This one's not as high stress. It's not as not hyper competitive with this one and trying to do something. So this one will be a little more fun. And since we've totally redone all the conferences, we don't have to take it as serious, and we can put more guys on the team and have more fun doing that. The only problem, this is a problem I have for you guys that redeem and stuff, and the guys that actually, you guys redeem channel points and we put you on the team, and it takes a lot of time to get you on there and get you the way you want, looking at numbers and all that good stuff. I watch Nasty Natty do it all the time too. And then we leave, and half the time you're not even on the team anymore, and we're gone to a new school, and now you got to redeem more channel points to get on that team, because once you get to be a 6-star school, the recruiting is stupid easy, and the gameplay becomes stupid easy because you're adding, your 99s overall every damn year. So the challenge for us as content creators is rebuilding a new team, starting over from scratch, and trying to rebuild the team. And so if you get on the team, it's almost better to get on the team in year 2. Get in that first recruiting class, and then you're going to get at least 2 or 3 or 4 years out of that player. You redeem channel points, and I'm in my 3rd year at school. You're only going to, if I redshirt you the next year, you're not even ever going to see the field before I leave and go to another school. So, no, I know people want to get on the teams and they redeem points and they want to be part of the thing, and I get that. I understand that. There's a guy that I watch on YouTube that does the XCOM 2 game that I like to play, that Alien Hunter turn-based game. He has a big, long, several playlists of how to play the game, and I've gotten way better by watching him and his tactics and stuff. And he hasn't played the game in like 3 years, but he just posted a new video saying, hey, I'm going to redo this. I'm going to play some more of this. Basically, it's his most popular stream series, and we just don't have any other games that are like it that he can transfer off and go do. But he said he would put us on the squad as soldiers, and they do die. Spontaneous comments. Hey, welcome in. How you doing? So I said, yes, put me on the team. So I get the attraction to wanting to be on the team and all that good stuff, and having your player do really well. And like, I was watching Revamp last night, and he had a nasty ass game. And my guy had 13 solo tackles. And so, that's fun. He's yelling your name out and everything. What's up, BB Macon? How you doing? But the problem is redeeming channel points after that first class, and you only get a year out of the guy before we leave, because how much fun is it for you to watch us build a 99 overall team and then just dominate the shit out of the CPU, putting up 60, 70 points a week? The game's decided by halftime. That's why we leave and go to other schools, because it's zero challenge and it gets to be boring for us. So that redeeming thing has its attraction, but it also has its detractors, because you're going to waste your channel points on someone that's barely going to see the field. So that's kind of one reason why I don't do it as heavily as other guys do. Yeah. Yeah, Racky Top. Every time I create a player, he goes somewhere else. He never signs with the team I want him to go to. So, anyway, I got where am I at again? What level am I? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And the problem is, if you make your points really low, then you get 9 million people on the team, and then somebody's upset because they're a second string player and they're not starting. So we're kind of in a no-win situation, and you guys are too. You're in a no-win situation, because if you get in there and play, like, okay, for example, so I went back to that save game file from Iowa Dynasty, right? The one that was at the end of the second season for Ohio State. And I finished off that season, and it went to the off season, and it went to the players that got drafted. And I went to Central Florida. I was at Central Florida before I was at Ohio State. And I left Central Florida, and there was a bunch of redeemed channel point players on the Central Florida team, and they were good players. And I didn't stick around. I was tired of playing at Central Florida, so I left. And so at the end of that second season, Ohio State, I went to see who got drafted, and I went to Central Florida because I didn't have anybody on Ohio State at that point that was going to get drafted. And fucking Hindsight Grim and Breezes and like 5 guys who redeemed channel points went in the first round. Yeah. So, that was cool to see them get drafted, but by the time I'm in year 5 at a school, so let's say I take over a school, I'm playing with the guys that are on the roster, and then I get my first class, I'm likely, unless the team is really low level, I'm likely going to redshirt all of those guys. So they don't even see the field until year 2. No, not even year 2, right? Year 3 is before they see the field, because I play and I recruit. And then I redshirt them in year 2, and then they see the field in year 3. By the time I get to year 4 or 5, I'm winning natties, and then I'm gone. So you might get 1 or 2 years out of your guy before I'm gone. So you're never going to see your junior and senior season. There are not a whole lot of streamers that'll play 6-7 years at one school, just because it's no challenge. All right, so we're level 8. I started at level 3. So need to get one more upgrade point before the end of the season, and I will be on pace. I want to be level 21 at the end of year 3. And we're not staying at Notre Dame for 3 years. We're leaving after this year. So let me save this again real quick. Yeah, Making, I've tried that before. I've tried getting really good players and put them on the team, get them, recruit them, and they're gone. Doesn't matter what level school I'm in. They go to somewhere else. All right. We've already done everything looking there. We don't need to worry about this. Here, let's try this. We haven't looked at here for a while. This will tell you how good your roster is, right? It tells you how good your roster is and what kind of season. So this here, these 3 years here, will tell you what their roster is. Okay? This season tells you where you're ranked out of all the teams. This is your actual rank. So if you're not in the top 25, if you come to this page, it'll tell you what your rank is. So if you scroll down here, all these teams are not going to be in the top 25, and it will actually tell you. So San Jose State is 6-1, and they're ranked 36. So that loss, they were in the top 25. That loss dropped them all the way to 36. Right? But the best teams for next year, roster-wise, is right here. So we will be going to one of these schools as OC. I'm looking at Texas, Oregon, and Missouri. I would take North Carolina as well. Where's Missouri at? How far down is they? Is they? What the fuck kind of English is that? Where's Missouri? All right, they're way down there. They're still a 4-star school. They'll drop to a 3-star. I can work with that roster, though. So 2016 is going to be the season that we are a head coach somewhere. So these are the best rosters for that time there. And we're probably not going to be on any of these schools. We could be at Mizzou if they fire their coach. But we're going to be looking at schools in this range. Somewhere in here. Because that's going to be what's available. Look, here's Iowa. Boy, that would be confusing to run as Iowa head coach on both of them, both streams. You'd have to look at the title of the stream to figure out what the hell team I'm playing as. But so this 2016 is going to be the season that we take over a school. So. All right, one more time. I want to look at this schedule to see what we have. It's 12 o'clock now. We've already played 2 games. Probably play 2 more games. Yeah, we might get through to Navy. We might get to Navy. We're not. If I didn't have people coming over for dinner, we would just finish this season today. But so we might be able to play 3 more games, and that would mean over the weekend, at some point, we could play BYU, Stanford, bowl game, off season, go to a new school. And we won't start the new season at the new school on that stream. It'll be just a shorter stream. I like starting a new season as its own separate video because I archive these to YouTube, so I title them whatever it is. So I don't like mixing teams within the same video. And since we're not recruiting, we don't have all of that extra time of recruiting that we have to do. So maybe I'll save the Navy game. Maybe we'll just play 2 more games and call it a quick day. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, bringing up the whole redeeming channel points for players is just something that, you know, wanted to talk with you guys and explain how I feel. I'm not representing everybody that does it, but that's just so you know what some of our mental process is as far as going through. I know Jimmy hates this, but I'm going to wear this uniform. I haven't worn it all year, so we're going to wear it against USC. But that's just some of the things that we have to think about when we're doing it, because, you know, you spend all the time in here watching us play, and then you redeem your points, and then you get nothing for it, you know. All right, visiting. Got a pass for 250 and rush for 100. That's not a problem. Actually, the passing for 250 is the problem. Look, we got the #1 wide receiver, the #1 middle linebacker, and the #1 guard in for a visit. And I'm not doing any of the recruiting for this. These are some really strange uniforms. So I sat in that end zone. See that red and yellow section where the visiting team is? Go up in the end zone, up in the corner where the lights are. That's where I sat for the USC game. And then over here on the bottom, where around the 25, 30-yard line in the lower bowl, that's where I sat for Pitt. All right, we're going to have to probably get the passing yards out of the way first. So we've been able to run on pretty much anybody. Yep, it's a really pretty campus, especially if you're going to ever go to a game there. I would highly recommend going in October. August and September, the leaves are going to be green, and it might look pretty, but it doesn't look as pretty as when the leaves change colors. It is really nice. I would make sure that you get your hotel room early too, because the first time I went, I had to stay in Naperville, Illinois. If you don't know where Naperville is, it's a suburb of Chicago. And then I had to drive over to South Bend the morning of the game, watch the game, and then drive back to Naperville after the game. When I went to the Pitt game, we got a hotel in South Bend, and it was much, much easier. Yeah. I don't remember. It was on like the more southern side of. It wasn't the greatest hotel. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't the greatest. I don't remember. This is how long ago it was. It was Larry Fitzgerald's last year at Pitt. So we're talking early 2000s. Yeah, it's a fun campus. There's a lot to do at Notre Dame before the game. They have a lot of booths out in front of all the dorms where they're cooking and selling, food, hamburgers and shit like that. And they have all the players will parade to the Gold Dome building on campus is a church in there, and they go to the church and they have mass and everything, and then people line up on the sidewalk and the players will all walk by and you can give them high fives and shit. They have these guys who wear kilts that They're all dressed up and they have swords and shit. I can't remember what they're called. They do their own thing over by one of the other campus buildings. That the band will go over and play before the game, and then they march all the way across to the stadium, and everybody lines up on the sidewalk, and the little leprechaun dude is running around. You can get pictures with him and high fives and shit. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do before the game, fun stuff to watch, and just hang out and have fun. So. Yeah, that's the touchdown Jesus end zone with that building with the Jesus with his hands raised. That's why they call it touchdown Jesus, because it looks like he's doing the touchdown signal. They also have two buildings that look like igloos. They're little domes. And one of them is where they play basketball, and the other one has an ice rink in it. They play hockey there on campus. That was cool. I was watching Notre Dame's hockey team practice. Yeah, fun time. Yeah, my friend was he was a manager on the football team, so he was up in the press box. But yeah, the players are all dressed up in suits, and they go to church service, and then go back to the stadium to get ready for the game. We're going to get this 100 yards rushing in the first half pretty easy. Yeah, I should have stayed wide. I forgot to set my preferences, though. All right, this inside zone, the blocking on these inside zones is excellent, but we might be outnumbered on this play, so we may not get this first down. We got it. I had to float that one. I had to wait for him to run to the ball because there was my own other receiver in the way. I don't want to drag another defender to the spot. I had a user catch that one. If I don't user catch that one, he throws it in front of the receiver and it gets picked. All right, less than 200 more yards. I just need 250. Yeah, got the first down, but of course we're down around the 2. I get more of these short yardage runs because of receivers can't bully their way through the defenders. Because another 1-yard touchdown run. Glad he stayed on his feet long enough to fall into the end zone. All right, they got a field goal. Let's run this triple option. Try not to fumble. Oh, their pursuit was off the hooks, man. Try this. This fade route, the triangle fade route, doesn't work. In fact, we're going to send him on a streak. We're going to push those guys out of the way. Dueling slants. Just run everybody off. Don't fumble. Dude's going to get 1,000 yards rushing. Remember, he didn't play the first game and a half. We're using Cone instead. Cone's a terrible quarterback in this game. Oh, come on with the trip. How did he trip over the guy? I cut back quick. He was going to go in and back outside, and he'd get that stupid trip animation. Let's try the smash. Should be close to 100 yards rushing at this point. Try something different here. See what we can do. Sit down in the zone and get the first down. That'll work. That will work. All right. Need to get Williams some more rushing touchdowns. Oh, there's our 100 yards. Now we need to make sure we pass for 250. Remember, we got the number one receiver, the number one guard, and number one middle linebacker in town for this game. Not that we're doing any recruiting. This is not a recruiting dynasty at the moment until we get the head coach job somewhere. That's one reason why I want to get my coach up to a level 21 first so I can recruit the way I want to wherever we go. Because we may end up at one of those mid-level, low-level schools that are in a hard conference. I just want to see what their defense looks like here. X might be open. There he is. Just because you run a 4 verts doesn't mean you're going deep. Nobody wants to cover him. That's a free first down. There's no reason to hang on to the ball if no one's sitting over the top of that defense, the tight end. No, there's no defensive player there. Just throw it as quick as you. Game will let you throw it. Hit Square, he didn't throw the ball. I was waiting for Square to get down to his cut point to make that right turn, and offensive line just played Olay. Doesn't have the arm for that. Does not have the arm for that. God, that was an arm punt. Not even a good arm punt. That guy was wide open. These quarterbacks in Notre Dame, not 64 yards on their first play. These quarterbacks on Notre Dame don't even have 80 on their throw power. All of them are under 80 throw power. It's pathetic. They can run really well. They just can't throw any deep shots. Hey, Daniel, welcome in, man. Here, we'll throw another deep shot here, and I'll show you. He has no arm strength. Go, Oscar. We got Oscar Meyer at tight end. His name is Michael, but we call him Oscar Meyer. And it might even be Michael Mayer, but we call him Oscar Meyer. Here we go. Keep moving the chains. Mayor. That's fine. I was just trying to be funny. You should hear how people pronounce my name. I have a very different... What was that throw? I wasn't even aiming in that spot. Come on, go down. Yeah. My last name is very Dutch German, and I hear some of the most brutal pronunciations. And we just gave up the lead. Because our quarterback can't throw for shit. All right, roll out into X. And he was out of bounds. Yeah. Yeah, if you speak German, you will say my name properly. If you don't speak German, you will fuck it up royally. Fuck. What's funny is I ordered something from this company, and the lady that I talked to on the phone is Dutch, and she actually pronounced it properly the first time. I'm like, oh my god, you said it right. Let's see if we can hit Mr. Oscar Mayer here over the middle again. Or it's either X or R1. It's gonna get picked. Son of a bitch. Well, that was a revolting turn of events here at the end of the half. We were ahead by more than 2 scores, and now we're going to be down by 2 scores. All right, well, they kicked a field goal, so that was good. All right, since we can't throw where there's shit, let's go back to running the ball. Yeah, we will be leaving this school at the end of this season and going to another school to be offensive coordinator. So this is just 3 years of being an OC to get my coach level up, and then we will pick an actual school to go run. And hopefully we won't get our ass kicked if we go to a low-level school playing in a division with a Power 5 team. Fuck. Don't have the plays I like to run to get the first downs. Not having your own playbook is really a pain in the ass. That was the point of making that rule, was to make it not so easy. Right, we have to pass the ball. We have to get 250 yards passing. Right, this is a 4 verts play, but I like to run this tight end out route over here. But when they're going to leave that guy wide open over the middle, I'll take that. He was not my intended target, actually. I'm looking at the other routes that the other receivers are running, so if I have to bail, I know where I'm going. All right, R1. Where are we at passing yards? Give me my passing yards. .220. All right, so we only need 30 more yards. And we jacked up our touchdowns to interceptions ratio that we were working on so diligently. Had it down to 1 more interception than touchdowns because we were throwing 4 picks every game to start the stream yesterday. These guys are terrible quarterbacks. Yeah, I don't like any of those plays. Not one. We'll try that one. This is not my playbook, and it's looking X, R1, or square. We're just going to wear out this tight end. On those play action plays, if you hit the right trigger, it'll cancel that the fake handoff animation and let you see all your receivers instead of losing track of where they are because it zooms in on your quarterback. It's really pronounced on this particular camera. That was almost a block in the back. Just couldn't get away from him because that was a DB instead of a defensive end. All right, 2nd and goal from the 9. Let's try and push this forward a little more. Make it a shorter 3rd down play. We're down 6. Just overwhelmed my offensive line. All right. No, I don't want to see that replay. What do we run? What do we run? We're looking O. Why would you throw it there? I did not aim there. I threw it as soon as he broke, and he threw it straight down the middle of the field. That was the quarterback accuracy. That had nothing to do with me. Fucking ridiculous. All right, well, defense came in, helped out. We've got to get these pass yards, and then we're just going to run the ball afterwards because we're pissing away a win because we keep throwing bullshit passes. Oh, come on with that tackle. There are entirely too many shoestring tackles in this game. This is a really limited playbook, I will tell you. I would highly suggest never using Notre Dame's playbook because it's straight up trash. All right, 4th quarter. This is our 3rd game of the day. We're not going to play any more than one more game. That's against Navy. Yeah, this playbook is garbage. I guess it depends on your style. If you want to play a read option style and still... Goddamn CPU hit sticks. You want to play like air raid, but also have spread running in it. I would choose Oregon, to be honest. All right, now we're down 9 points. We have no choice but to throw the ball. All right, got our 250. So, takes care of the recruits. What does coach want us to run? Yeah, I hate draws, I hate counters, and that pass play is garbage. Draws and counters don't work, especially against a CPU. They might work against a user, but they definitely don't work against a CPU. Draws take too long, and the CPU always pushes the blocker back into the backfield and the counter, so I end up just running into my own guy's ass and then blows up the play because we don't get the luxury of breaking 15 tackles every time we run the ball like the computer does. Hang on to the ball. Thank you. Ohio State has good QB runs. I tried that out, and my quarterback had 200 yards rushing in it, but I don't like their pass plays. What's up, USN? Welcome in, man. How you doing? We're trying to win with these baby back quarterbacks at Notre Dame, man. They can run, but they can't throw worth a shit. I was going to say, if he undercut that again. So as I said earlier, we are going to stay here for 1 year, and then we're out of here. We're going to pick another big school to go to be OC for next season. We're going to do that for 3 seasons, and then we'll figure out where we're going to go to be head coach out here working. Yeah, I miss working full time. I need to get my my ref schedule for club fixed. It's not. I usually have everything mapped out at this point, and they redid how they're doing some of the assigning, and it's really annoying. Last year, I worked every single weekend from January until May, Saturday and Sunday, every single weekend, reffing. Fuck this goddamn hit sticks. All right, we need 2 scores. So if I have to take a field goal, it's not the worst thing in the world. Hate that levels play. Let's go with this. Turn up. Touchdown. There we go. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right. We're down by 3. Are they just going to kick this extra point, or are they going to let us go for 2? All right. 2-point game, 4 minutes left. Stop them. All right. Got the ball back. 2:20. We just need a field goal. 2:20 left. That means we do not have to go crazy throwing the ball here. X and triangle. And we're going to bail quick. Triangle. Hang on to... How many drop passes have we had? I know we have 4 picks because our guy can't throw worth a shit. He's dropped 3 of them alone. He's caught 8 passes, but he's dropped 3. All right. Makes 3rd down more manageable. God damn it. If I wait a half a second longer, that's a first down. All right, well, defense bailed us out. Now we got to win this with a quarterback that's dog shit. This is very difficult. All right. And our running back's out 3 weeks. Wonderful. Gets his 1,000 yards, and now he's going to miss 3 weeks, which is going to cost him a Heisman. All right, got over a minute left. 5 picks. We have 5 picks and 2 fumbles. Good God, playing pinball with the football here. All right, let's go here. Hey, good luck, man. Should be a worker's market here with everybody being out with COVID, and problem's going to be whether they, what their requirements are and what you're willing to do or not do. Yeah, my wife has a really good job, but she's here it is. Nice catch. She's ready to retire. She's 56. She's ready to retire. I'm like, yeah, I don't think we can do that quite yet. Come on, Tyree. This guy's a good running back, too, on this roster. All right. We do not have to run another play. Yeah, I used to work in downtown St. Louis. That was a half hour both ways dealing with traffic and shit. I'm going to let this clock wind down and call timeout. I'm not trusting them to kick the ball. I'm going to kick this myself. Call timeout. Fuck, I'm pressing the button to it won't let me call timeout. It wouldn't let me call timeout. Oh, I see, because I'm out of timeouts. Oh. Wow, rookie mistake. I'm too busy talking to you guys, not paying attention to the game. It's a good thing I don't give a shit about Notre Dame. That'll guarantee we don't go to a natty. Wow, that's embarrassing. I didn't deserve to win that game anyway. Did not deserve to win that game. This piece of shit right here. Here. If you weren't here yesterday, let me show you what I'm dealing with. And we lost our running back for 3 weeks. Wow. Oh, that was a first. That was a first. Hey, we went up to another level here despite my incompetency. That was something you normally see in the NFL. There, they just can't. They don't know how to. They don't know how to manage the clock. Here, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. This is what I'm dealing with at quarterback. That's why I can't make those throws. Oh. Let's compare that to Alabama. Who else is a top overall team? Let's try and find some more of these really good teams. Clemson, fucking, even their backups, even their fourth string quarterbacks better than Notre Dame. Florida, Georgia, Iowa State. Hell, even LSU, Miami, Michigan. Look at that. Hell, even Missouri has better quarterbacks. I know, because I used Basilak in our user league last year and threw for 4,000 yards. North Carolina, Sam Howell. 4 quarterbacks on Ohio State with 90-plus throw power. Oklahoma. Oregon. Hell, even Penn State. How the hell is this team that high overall with that garbage at quarterback? Wow. That's crazy. We deserve to lose that game. I didn't want to kick off is why. I was just going to let it wind down and kick, and I'm like, no, I'll just call timeout with 2 seconds left and relax and kick the ball. No, unknown. We're not. That's not the relegation one. No, this is. We just realigned by geography Here, for you guys that haven't seen this. So this is the Pac-12. The Big 12 is all Texas teams. SEC is Georgia and Florida mostly. Conference USA is Tennessee, Kentucky, and Carolinas. Sun Belt is basically Mississippi, Louisiana, Oklahoma, a little bit of Tennessee. The MAC is Ohio and the Northeast. Big Ten is mostly the Big Ten, but we threw in Ball State and all the directional Michigans. ACC is the rest of the mid-east south area, that DC, Carolina area. The American is the northern and southern part of the Midwest. Mountain West is pretty much all the West teams that aren't on the West Coast. So, yeah, I don't really care about the names. It was just regions. And the Big Ten already had those teams, so it was just moving other teams in and out. Yeah. My point wags was to redo everything. It wasn't just to leave the Big Ten like it is now and move some teams out. It was to redo all of them based on geography. So I literally took a map and started carving sections out and grouped all the teams in there. So I wanted to have as many teams that are close to each other within the same conference. Freezing my ass off. So, yeah, unknown. We're doing this because I accidentally overwrote my Iowa save file with an off-stream Dynasty the other night. I was able to recover an old save file, but it was from early December when I was still at Ohio State. So I went back last night and finished out that season and got the new job at Texas A&M and set up my recruiting board. So I'm going to replay that season off stream, get to Iowa, and try to replay the first two seasons at Iowa. And then once I get to year 3, I'll just start year 3 and we'll put that on stream. But in the meantime, we're going to do this one. And I have the limitation of being an offensive coordinator for the first 3 years, which means I don't play defense. I have to use that school's playbook. I can't recruit. And we're just doing that to get my overall coach point totals up. So when I take over as head coach somewhere, I'll be at least a level 21. But yeah, learn the lesson. Watch what you're doing on your saves and make sure that if you're streaming a particular save, that you save that to the cloud when you're done streaming that day. Aggravated, I'm not staying here at Notre Dame. I'm only playing one season and I'm leaving. So I'm not even recruiting. I'm not even trying to improve this team. So this was just a way to buy time and get recruiting points so that I can actually pick a school to go to in year 4. And then when I go to that school, we will recruit the way I recruit. We'll build them up and go from there. So yeah, if I was staying at Notre Dame, we would be on the number 1 quarterback in the nation right away. But I'm going to leave. I'm going to go to like Texas or Missouri or Oregon or whatever big school that has a offensive coordinator job open up. We'll head off and go there. So, hey, at least we're still in the top 10. We still have a shot at a natty, but I don't really care if we win a natty or not. We can look at their and welcome in, man. Thanks for the first time chat. Here, we'll look at their board. They've got 13 guys signed. Yeah. There's a 71 quarterback. He's not Scotty. He is Scotty. So, again, 82 throw power. He'd have better throw power than anybody on the roster right now. Yeah, they got a really good line. Good line, good corners, good wide receivers. They got another quarterback on the board here. 86 throw power, but he's a pocket passer. They'll probably get him too. Fuck, they got an 80 fullback? Good lord. Anyway. So that's all we're doing is wasting time till I can get my coach up, and then we'll figure out. once we let these conferences play for 3 years, we'll see how it shakes out, see which lesser schools are jumping up, which good schools are dropping down. Because I mix them up a lot, so there's half the conference is going to be shit teams. Instead of having really strong conferences, they're gonna end up becoming their own little world and their own little rivalries. And I would say the Big 12 with the Texas teams, the Pac-12, and the American with all those Midwest teams are going to be the best conferences once we get down the road. So we'll see. Can't believe I fucked that up and cost myself the game. It's amazing. All right, so we have our first. They changed it from BCS or whatever it is to CFP on the last update. They got rid of media and changed it to AP, and they get rid of the BCS and made it CFP. Okay, see, these are all big schools. There are no small schools in this group. Here, while we're in here, let's go look at the conferences so you can see. We haven't done this. We're going to play one more game and then we're done. Okay. Yeah, I pissed away a win against USC because I forgot. I didn't notice that we were out of timeouts. I let the clock wind down, and I tried to call a timeout to kick it with 2 seconds left, and didn't kick the field goal even though we were lined up to kick the field goal. User error. Rookie error. All right, so the ACC, this is how that's breaking down. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. It's more embarrassing than anything else. So, anyway, yeah. If it was if I was a head coach and did that, I would be livid. But whatever. We're leaving after this year's over anyway. You can look at Oklahoma. They're 4-4. Iowa's 3-3. Told you this is going to be a very tough conference. We're going to have some really good teams down here that have high overalls that are going to be dropping down 3- and 4-star schools by the time we get to pick a new head coach. All right, here's the Texas division. Baylor, Texas Tech, Texas. UTEP's up there. UTSA is only high there because they're 1-1 in the conference. Look at Texas A&M and Houston getting bum rushed. Here's the Big Ten. Indiana 6-0. Northern Illinois, my goodness. Yeah, I figured these teams would suck down here. Northwestern I thought would be better. Ball State's playing better. Conference USA, got Charlotte. Man, Tennessee at 2-5. I wouldn't mind going to Tennessee, to be honest. BYU's 2-4. Here's the MAC. Boston College and Cincy are dominating that. Look at Ohio State's 4-2. Penn State's 1-5. All right, Mountain West. UNLV is 7-0. Pac-12, Oregon State, USC, San Jose. They just lost their last game. They were ranked and they lost. Look at that, Oregon. They're going to drop to a 4-star school, fire their coach probably. Clemson's undefeated. Georgia, Miami, Florida. This is a tough one too. Yeah, USF. They're going to be a 1-star school before long. Sun Belt. Here's Alabama, Auburn, LSU, Ole Miss. This would not be a fun conference to play in, and not because of these teams up here, but there are so many shit teams in here that you would just, as a user, you would just dominate the shit out of these teams. Anyway, so that's where we stand. Fuck that up. So let's save this. So I went through this morning, and it's real simple. It takes 5 minutes, guys. Take my advice. I leave my PlayStation on 24/7, and the game is loaded. I just mute my TV, and I can start up anytime I want to. But I quit out of the game. I went to my saved files on my hard drive and clicked select all, and then hit save and told it to go to the cloud, and it saves all of my Dynasty files and all of my custom playbooks on offense and defense and all of that shit to the cloud. So I know Revamp was complaining about his losing his playbook, making some changes and jacking it up, but you can save that playbook to the cloud and go back and grab it anytime you want. So anytime you make changes to your playbook, I would save it to the cloud first, and that way if you jack it up, you can always go back and get it. All right. So we started as level 3. I wanted to get to a level 9 before the end of this year, which we've already done. And we still have several games to go. So we may get to level 10 or 11 before we're done. So I don't think we'll get to a level 21 after year 2, but if we somehow get to level 21 at the end of year 2, we'll go and get a head coach job. We won't wait until there. What's up, Bad Moon? I don't know why it had to ask me to permit that term, because I don't have any limitations on here. Oh, Bad Moon, you want to know what you don't know. I threw 5 picks. We had a chance to kick the game-winning field goal, and I wasn't paying attention that we had used all of our timeouts, and I was letting the clock tick down to 2 seconds to call a timeout and kick the field goal because I didn't want to kick off. And I fucked myself, and we didn't get to kick the field goal, so we lost by 2. But we didn't deserve to win that game. We threw 5 picks and fumbled twice. So you turn the ball over that many times, you deserve to lose the game no matter what. So, but yeah, it was more embarrassing than anything else because I don't give a shit about Notre Dame. But anyway, let's go look at this schedule one more time. It's 1 o'clock. I'm getting hungry. I got to run to the store and get some stuff for dinner tonight. So, we're not going to finish the season today. I would if we didn't have stuff going on, but because it's basically an hour to play 2 games. So what I will likely do is play this game, and then we'll call it a day. And that means the next time I stream, which will either be Saturday, it could be Saturday night, we'll see. We'll play these 3 games plus our bowl game, and then we'll pick a new school and go there as offensive coordinator and call that a day, because I don't want to start another stream at a different school in the middle of the same stream. I don't like having gameplay for 2 different teams in the same stream because I archive it over to YouTube. So we'll just do a short one here, another short one over the weekend, and call it a day. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, the hard part is playing with Notre Dame's playbook because it's garbage. Hey guys, if you want another team that has really a lot of uniform options, you can go here to Washington State. Has a ton. Got this gray one, icy white. They have a ton of options. You can mix and match. So this is a really good team to play for that reason. All these alternates. They have 11, 12 alts, 13, 14, 15, 16. They have 22 uniform options, guys. 22. And that's without you mixing and matching. All right, there was one I wanted to look at. I think it was red and gray. Let me find that. This one. Check this helmet situation though. They probably do. I don't know. This is a lot. I mean, that's 22. That's 22 uniforms, and that's not even counting what you can dick around with. So, yeah, I'm using Oregon in our NWO league, our user league. And we can't use custom uniforms. We have to use all the different options that the game gives you, because then it kind of glitches out and it doesn't show up on stream. So I get some more shout outs out here. Shout out our guy USN. The fam. Of course, Daniel. Daniel's almost always number one in here. Oh, man. If you play as Washington, you'll actually get more snow than you will rain. This is kind of a weird stadium, but I like. I've played as this in an off-stream Dynasty before. It took me like 4 years to win a natty with them, though. It takes forever. Competing against Washington and all the California teams for recruits. We're not playing at home. We don't have any recruits that are visiting. So if we want to run the ball for 900 yards, and for some reason, yeah, Williams is out 3 weeks. Our star running back has 1,000 yards, is out 3 weeks. So he'll be back for the last regular season game and the bowl game, I guess. That sucks. He's really fun to run with, too. Oh, man. So you guys excited for the NFL playoff games this week? I know Revamp and George are. They were talking about, since their two favorite teams are playing head-to-head. This is, once we're through the regular season for fantasy football, I kind of just check out. I don't watch all the playoff games. I might, like I said earlier, I might watch Kansas City. I'll probably watch Cincinnati's game. But definitely won't be watching New England or Tampa Bay, because fuck those two teams. I hate Brady and I hate the Patriots. So if they both lose, that would be the best thing for the NFL. I would much rather watch Kansas City and Green Bay, or Cincinnati and Green Bay, than Tampa Bay and New England play anybody. What's up, Zuzu? Hello, baby girl. Zuzu's hair is growing back out, so she's back to having her Rastafarian hair. And she and Chica got to play outside. It's a little damp outside, and I let them run around a little too long. And so after I took my shower, I had to put each one of them in the tub and use the spray shower head, wash off their paws, because they were just loaded with dirt. Yeah, that's your opinion, BB. That's your opinion. I think he gets too much credit for all the wins that they cheated like fuck to get. So I don't believe that. I think the GOAT is Joe Montana, and no matter what anybody says, they'll never change my mind on that. So I'm old enough to have watched. I'm as old as the Super Bowl, put it that way. Whatever Super Bowl number we're on, that's how old I am. So I've literally watched every Super Bowl since I was 4 years old. I was too young to understand what was going on when I was really young. But the first one that I actually remember actively watching was Miami against the Redskins when Miami went undefeated. That's the first one I remember watching as a kid that I sat and watched the game. Even though I was a huge Joe Namath fan as a kid, I don't remember any of that Super Bowl. He used to ask me what I wanted to be when I was in school, and I was like, I want to be starting quarterback of the Jets. I want to be Joe Namath's replacement. Yeah, I was too damn skinny to play football. Get off your own. His own wide receiver almost kept that from being a touchdown. I think every one of those 7 rings, let me rephrase it. Every one of those rings in New England is tainted. Every single one of those ones is tainted. They cheated their fucking ass off. And they caught him, and they just threw the evidence away. So I don't respect them at all. At all. He may be a good player, but he benefited from cheating. Way more than doing steroids. Because we know there are people in the NFL that still do steroids and HGH and all that shit. Well, goddamn. How many guys? I guess that was a tackles animation like I have to do when I'm playing on defense. Let's do this one. I have to hit him 4 times to get him to go down. Yeah, the Chargers screwed the pooch on that because they literally were going to take a knee and let that game... They're going to take a knee and let that game be a tie. And they dicked it around. Maybe he didn't feel like he was... Maybe he felt like he was going to get in trouble and didn't want to get investigated for collusion. They didn't want to back their way in, but I mean, they're obviously going to kick a field goal, so I don't understand why you're calling a timeout in that situation because you're not going to get the ball back. And Badman, you are entirely entitled to your opinion, and that's fine. I just I don't agree with the prevailing opinion on those guys, and we'll just agree to disagree. I'm not going to try and change your mind at all, and you know you're not going to change mine. So that's one of those cases where we don't need to have that conversation. Just like LeBron is not the best ever, and neither is Kobe. Fuck those guys. I watched Bird and Magic and Michael Jordan play their entire careers. I'm not saying they're not good players. I'm not saying they're not great players. They are not goated. At all. Let's see if we can actually not fuck this up and get us a touchdown. Because I kind of screwed up that last drive. His quarterback is a really good scrambling quarterback. He just can't throw with a shit. Yeah. The funniest thing is the Patriots almost came to St. Louis before they did expansion with Carolina and Jacksonville. They were ready to move the Patriots. And the NFL shot it down. And of course he doesn't score. They almost moved here, and the NFL stepped in. So if they let the Patriots move to St. Louis, they don't win all those Super Bowls. I guarantee you they don't win all those Super Bowls because they wouldn't have hired Belichick. They would have had a completely different front office. That's when Kraft bought the team. So that decision right there totally changed sports history. God. Yeah. I think it was a St. Louis thing. I don't think it was anything other than NFL just doesn't like St. Louis. That was a nice block by the wide receiver down there. Along the sideline. Got me a few more yards. He disengaged from their blocks so fast. They have break tackle 900 and block shed 900 with the CPU guys. All right. We're just going to pound this up the middle. Try and eat some more of this time off the clock. I may have to cut this one back because of pursuit. Yeah, this is going to be a cutback. Nope. Get out of my fucking way. Goddamn lineman blocked me. And then we missed the field goal. Oh, gotta love the sim. And they missed their field goal. He's on the fucking 5-yard line. All right, let's send him on a streak too. I'm looking at these two slants here. I just want to run off all those defenders. Right there. If I have 3 streaks down the right and I've got 2 other receivers running slants against middle linebackers, guess where I'm going to throw the ball? Let's go. The worst is when you have guys out running routes and you take off scrambling and then they just stand there and do nothing and they don't even come to, come back and block somebody that's pursuing you. First time I've run with the fullback. Kind of a nice little run there. All right, let's see if we can do this again or if they're going to get in our own ways. Come on. Hold your block. Thank you. This guy's horrendous, quarterback. Ah, thank God he dropped it. I was trying to hit him on the backside. Let's try this. This is a formation I use a lot, but not this play. There he is. He doesn't have the arm for that. God damn it. If I had Connor Bazelak, that would have been a walk-in touchdown. I just need arm strength in the 80s, and that's a touchdown. I had to tap, circle, whatever his... No, I had to lob that pass is what I'm trying to say. I basically lobbed that one just to get it over the DB, and he still couldn't get it there. Get off me. I didn't set my preferences, so of course he fumbles. Hello, Q. How are you? No Johnson talk in the chat today. Okay, guys. That was hilarious. You guys are telling me not to read the chat when I came back from getting my lunch yesterday. That was hilarious. Well, I do have it set as an adult stream and not a kid-worthy stream, so... I know he started it. I saw that conversation. Yeah, and somebody else is cheerleading. Yeah, do it, do it, do it. It was you and Jimmy. It's funny. Other Johnsons? Yeah, you can talk about other Johnsons. Just barely got it. Just barely got it. Let's go. Yeah, I'm not calling that setup play. It was a simple slant, and he missed it by like 5 yards. Wasn't even close. What is the deal? Wow. What a bad throw. Oh, man. If I haven't said it enough, this quarterback has throw power under 80. So this is us wasting time. Oh. Hey, we get our new dishwasher Monday. Awesome. I've only been waiting a month. That was me. That was a terrible fucking play. No, just stay there. Oh, that was just me being stupid. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to quit throwing the ball. We're just going to run. Yeah, I see you creeping. I shouldn't have handed it off. I thought he was coming around the D end and he went on the inside. Yeah, but you at least have talent on your team. I have Notre Dame and they are dog shit. Plus, I lost my starting running back for 3 weeks. So, 3rd and 3. Let's see if our offensive line is going to help us or hinder us. What's the over-under on the number of guys I have to bounce off of to get this first down? 1, 2, 3. I got to get a touchdown on this play. Not this play, but this drive. We can't dick around. This team is severely overrated. I mean, they are in real life too, but especially in this. I got guys dropping balls right and left. Yeah, that's why I don't mind over recruiting, especially quarterbacks. I can never get really good running backs. They just won't. They won't come to the team I'm on. And it probably has to do with me running so much with the quarterback. I can get quarterbacks and wide receivers easy. I can get tight ends when I try to, really try to. But you guys saw how easy it was for me to get quarterbacks at Iowa. I mean, we got that stud athlete, and then I got 3 other number 1 quarterbacks in the nation. Yeah. I'm not even using the air raid playbook. I'm still using my my spread playbook. Yeah, I almost used the air raid playbook against Clink. That would have been... There's not that many runs in there, so I would have been having to throw the ball the entire game. That was like a last-second decision. No, I'm going to stick with what I'm comfortable with. It's like a hybrid. It's a hybrid air raid spread. Where is that to? See, now you know why I don't want to throw the ball with this guy. And what I'm working on doing now is taking all of the plays and formations that I like in that spread playbook, and just the plays I like, not the other filler plays. And then finding other formations and plays from other playbooks and just making this huge hybrid playbook that has everything in it, so I can adjust to whatever your defense is in game. Let's try the smash play and see if we can get 5 yards out of this. No, Cone is worse. Cone, we used him to start the season, and he was throwing as many or more picks. Tyree runs better. Yeah, we switched quarterbacks halfway through the second game. Pine runs way better. I was trying to hit the circle on the slant once he got clear of the middle linebackers. Of course, he has worse QB accuracy than I would in real life. I need a haircut. My hair is like long and too long on top. It's a mess. What's funny is if I was younger and had my hairline back, I would grow my shit out as long as Lou. Unbelievable. I like how number 4 there just kept blocking that dude even out of bounds. Snap the ball. Fuck. Wouldn't get out of that play action animation. I couldn't see where my receivers are. I was looking for one of those tight ends and I couldn't see shit. Let's go. See if we can run this in or not. They're playing cover 3. Come on. You got to get the ball back. Get up. If it ever gets stuck in that animation where it won't go to the play call screen, just hit pause. It gets rid of all that garbage and will take you back to where you can actually run a play. Down 8. We are down to... Hey, Mr. Murder, how you doing, man? All right. We're going to cheese the shit out of this team. Down 8. At least we know we'll get to go for 2. So, Murder, did you hear I lost my Iowa save? So I'm trying to rebuild it. I'm having to play like 3 full seasons to get it back to where we were, so. Yeah. I accidentally saved over it when I was playing an off-stream Dynasty. So, so we're doing this instead. Yeah, it does suck. I wanted to puke yesterday so bad. Oh, what a catch. Let's go. The DB whiffed. So this is a, we realigned all the conferences. So it's mostly on geography. Oh, come on. He just wobble floated that one, man. What's up, Specta? Hey, dude, I lost the game to USC because I didn't pay attention that we were out of timeouts. And I was lined up for a field goal, and I could have just kicked it, but I wanted to wind it down to 2 seconds so I didn't have a kickoff after the field goal. And I jacked it up. He shoved that off. He shoved it off. They were still in the top 10 even though. So that was a user error loss, 100%. It was very embarrassing. All right. First one of these slants that comes open, that's where we're going. I love when they press on the slant, though. $25 seconds left. What? All of a sudden it went to overtime. Okay. Don't know what just happened there. No idea what just happened. Don't fumble the ball. Who says it's exploiting? I'm just asking a question. I'm not saying anything other than who says it's exploitation. Hey, we won. We stopped them in overtime and we ran it in and got the win. Some dude. Is he a beta cuck? Ryan KG519. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate that. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you. All right. Well, we got our 200 yards rushing. Guess the alphas got to be alphas and the betas got to be betas, right? All right. Did I get a bump up? No. I think I was already at 9, right? Yeah, I was already at 9. Okay. All right. You know what? It's only 1:30. We're going to play this Navy game, and then we'll call it a day. In fact, let me think. And that's mostly an attitude, right, Ryan? Mostly an attitude. Got to have the right mental. Gosh. Man, if my son and his fiance weren't coming for dinner, I would finish this season right now. And I do have time to do it, but I got to run to the store and get some orange juice and some grenadine and some tequila because he wants tequila sunrises with dinner. So, exactly. High expectations. Got to shoot for the moon, man. All right. Hey, they got another quarterback. 2 quarterbacks. Why are you taking a 62 quarterback? That's terrible. All right. They didn't go up in the standings. This is going to be very difficult with all of these really good teams. Cadillac Motion. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. So look at Iowa State and Indiana. Clemson lost to Miami. And Miami jumped to 7. Well, they get 2 losses. Since all these conferences are jumbled up, hey, for anybody new in here, if you haven't noticed this, this is what we did to the conferences. We switched them around. Highly geographical. Big 12's all Texas. So that's why some of these teams are going to have more losses than normal because Oklahoma's having to play all of these teams. Michigan State get to beat up on their little sisters of the poor from Michigan. But they do have some other Big Ten teams. Sun Belt, LSU, Alabama, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Memphis. So that's what we're dealing with in here. So, what, into the madness? No, I've been that way since I was about 23 years old. So we're doing this for fun because I fucked up and overwrote my Iowa save. I'm trying to rebuild it off stream to get it back to season 3. We were going for 3 natties in a row, so I got to do all that off stream and get it back to a point where we can start streaming it again. It's probably going to be a couple of weeks. In the meantime, we're going to do this. So I'm starting as offensive coordinator, so I can't recruit, I can't play defense. I have to use the school's playbook and not mine. And once I get to level 21, then I can go get a head coach job. And at that point, we'll look at how the conferences are setting, how the good teams, how many of those have dropped, and how many the bad teams have gone up. So we'll figure out what school I'm going to go to. And hey, Murder Inspected, we had this conversation earlier in the stream. I don't know if you were around or not, lurking, but we talked about redeeming channel points and what that does for you and what it does for us as streamers. Because a lot of times you guys spend your channel points and you get on the team and then we leave. You don't even get to see your guy play for 4 years because we're out of there. Because once we get to a 6-star school and we win multiple natties, it becomes boring to watch. We're dropping 60 and 70 points on everybody. And so we bolt and go to a new school, and now you've got a redeemed player that's sitting over on this old school as a junior or a senior, and you don't get to see him play the whole career. So I kind of walked that through. So the first year at the school, I'm playing with whatever roster I have, and then I recruit a class, and then usually unless they're really high overall, we redshirt them a year. So then it's year 3 before you see the field as a redeemed player, and you're only going to get 2 years, and then I'm out of there. Because by the time we get to year 4, year 5, I'm done. I'm gone. So you've spent points and got on the team, and you don't even get to see your guy play that well. So I'm kind of thinking about what I want to do. I'm strongly considering with this particular dynasty, we'll keep this one around. We'll do both of them. But take your redeemed players from the Iowa one and move them over here. And we will play on this. And I will have more redeemed players on the team. I'll lower it so a lot more people can get on the team. And we'll comic book this up. And we'll just play and not worry about how serious we are. So we can have silly, stupid names on there. And maybe we stay at a school, for example, like New Mexico, and make them the best team ever was or whatever. And we just keep going. And then the Iowa one, I can use that for the more serious for my coach. And we will move around and rebuild schools and focus on winning natties and changing schools more frequently. I don't know. I haven't thought it 100% through yet, but that's what I'm thinking. So that your redeemed player gets to actually play 4 years on a school. But what I may do is say we're going to redeem players for the very first class I get, and that's it. So you get in that class, or you get a guy that's on the team already, so that you get to see your guy play. And that way we're not redeeming for guys in year 3 or 4, and then they're redshirted and you never even see them on the field. So we would turn on redeem channel points for the first recruiting class, and know that you might get redshirted, you might not. Depends on how good the player is. But you would know that because we would do the redeeming in the off season right before we start the season. When I'm setting the depth charts and all that good stuff. And then go from there. And that way you'll know every single time. My first recruiting class at a school, that's your channel redemption point players right there. And we're not going to do it for the other ones because I don't want to put players on a team and not use them. And then we'll leave Iowa and that head coach as its own little thing and no channel point redemption. So it's just a thought, thinking out loud with you guys while you're here to see what you think. Because you're here, you're watching, you're earning your channel points, and you're trying to get something out of it, and then you really get half of it. So that's what I'm thinking. Let me go save this. Yeah, well, Ryan, I will drop it back down to 5,000 points. I moved it up because I didn't want a whole bunch of players on the team for the Iowa one. Okay, Q. But this one we could turn into just a more casual one, have fun, don't get upset if the computer kicks our ass, or we do something stupid like not kicking the field goal and forgetting how many timeouts we have. Pardon me. So, let's look at Navy's uniforms. I haven't seen what the revamp guys. Billy Goat's not bad. That one's just ugly. I don't like the helmet with that at all. I like the uniform. I don't like the helmet. We're going to go with this one. And I'll put Notre Dame in their green. So this is how I operate. If you guys haven't figured this out, when I'm doing a dynasty, especially like the Iowa one I'm working on, it seems to be more of get through it as quick as I can, play these games, win these games, win the natty, win the natty, win the natty, get the good recruits, get the fuck out, go to another school. And there's a lot less chatting like this. I talk a lot less. I'm more focused on, a task, and that's kicking ass. So looks like our running back will be back in a week. But with this one, I will force myself to not, have that expectation of being up here at all times. And if we screw something up like I did with USC, we just laugh it off and don't worry. And maybe we do something different with recruiting. Nothing really super restrictive, but just use the star levels. And I'm not talking about 1-star recruiting. We would be a minimum 3-star. Because I want to be able to actually have players that are worth a shit on the team. But that way we can this could be more casual. We can have fun, chat, talk more, talk about what's going on, sports or whatever, and not be so hyper competitive. Because you know how I am. It's balls out every time, so got to go for the win. All right, before we jack this up, let's get this set. That's picked. I'm glad he threw that in the dirt. Then we can use the the Iowa one with the really hard sliders and make that what it is, and just leave this on default Heisman. And if we get our ass kicked, we get our ass kicked. If we crush them, we crush them. We just don't worry about it. Try to make it less stressful for everybody. Because when I start bitching and moaning, you guys get quiet. So, I know, Revamp, you were bitching last night, and I was there with you, man. I know exactly what you go through when those streams happen. And you can't help yourself. There's just times when you've got to let it out. Well, the guy I wanted to throw to was was not open, so we're just gonna bail. Yeah, it gets really tough, and have high expectations. You expect to perform at a certain level, and you guys get used to us performing at a certain level, and then when garbage happens, it's because this game has a lot of garbage in it. No matter how much we like it, it's just dog shit programming. This just happens to be less dog shit than the current Madden. So, trying to be a little less toxic and a little more casual for you guys. I know some of you guys have said you like the stream because it's not as hyped up. It's a little more casual. It's a little more recruiting dominated and all that good stuff. And yeah, if it's just like Madden, I will not buy it ever. I'm not going to buy a PS5 just for that game. So if they want that game to sell well, they need to put it on PS4 as well. So if they put it on PS4, I will buy the game. I guarantee it. And then we will learn how to recruit in that game. I hit circle, wouldn't throw the ball. But if it's PS5 only, then have fun playing the game. Good luck figuring out recruiting. I know Param Crow will get it. he's already been talking about it because I'm sure he gets some insider information on it because he's one of the big time streamers and players of the game. But I'm not going to waste my money. So, I'll be in watching him. I'll just stay with my NCAA college revamped version, and if people want to watch it, great. And if nobody wants to watch it, then I'll just stream by myself. Yeah, Jimmy loved when I lost my shit. He clipped that. These companies are stupid because not everybody, one, can afford a new box, and two, they're in low supply right now, so they can't even get it even if they had the money and wanted to buy it. Oh, did you see him leave his ankles there in the middle of the field? Yeah, Spectre, as soon as that game comes out, the servers for this is going. They're gone. I guarantee they'll yank the servers on this game. There will be no more online head-to-head leagues. And no more team builder. And you can store everything on your hard drive, so you can still play the game. There'll just be no more user leagues for this. So G12 and NWO, all those, you're gonna have to buy the game, or you won't be able to play. I see you blitzing. We're going triangle. Ah, just couldn't break that tackle. And worst comes to worst, then I'll just figure out something else to stream, or I'll stop streaming altogether and just watch everybody else. It'll just be the way it goes. But I'm having fun doing this. Some days not as much fun. Other days it's a lot of fun. This play is going to blow up. Yep, I had nowhere to go on that play, and I don't know the audibles for this playbook, so even if I knew them, I can't trust this quarterback. I should have manually changed the name to Dog Shit. Dog Shit 1, Dog Shit 2. Here's Oscar Mayer. I know it's Mayer, but we're calling him Oscar Mayer. Oh, shit. Did not mean to spam X. This is a draw play. I hate draw plays. They are way too slow in developing. And we barely got it. Yeah, well, I didn't start streaming until a year ago. And even then, I was dragged into it by George and Lou. Mostly George. These plays are just dog shit. Quit stumbling in that stupid animation and set your feet and blow through that DB for a touchdown. Now we gotta run it. Ansel Armstrong, thank you for the follow, man. Appreciate that. How you doing? Welcome in. Exactly. They do that stupid little toe tap animation. He's got to put his foot in the ground and then just bum rush that DB. This game is not going to be difficult because Navy sucks. So we're just kind of plowing through. Ah. If I had Williams out, I got to the outside on that one. Our starting running back is injured, so another game he'll be available. Well, if I had a real quarterback, that press coverage would be an invitation to go deep, but we all know he can't hit the side of a barn. Yeah, I love this camera angle. I stumbled upon it before I started streaming. It lets you see all of your receivers, especially when, like, in this case right here. Let me go back. All right, so if I was on a normal camera, I would be like this, right? I can't see those two receivers at all. I can't tell when that outside guy breaks the press and he's free. All I can see is this. But in this camera angle, I can see he's broke the press right now, and he's clean. If I had a quarterback that could throw the ball, I would have thrown deep to either one of those two guys. Let me show you. All right, so this is the normal angle, and I had to throw that. But we're zoomed out here. Now I would be watching this guy the entire time. I see this press broken, and I wait for that safety to jump up, and I can throw that ball to either one of those guys for a touchdown. But if I'm in that tight camera angle, I can't see it. Oh, and now we have the, I did too much in replay. Revamped version doesn't like you using replay too much, so now we're on super slow-mo. No, I have 3 quarterbacks that have less than 80 throw power. So we just have shitty quarterbacks. These are the stock Notre Dame quarterbacks. And now we're on super slow-mo because it's a glitch. Well, I just started this Dynasty because I overwrote my Iowa stream one accidentally. So we started this new one up, which is based on redoing the conferences on geography. And so I'm limiting myself to being offensive coordinator the first 3 years. So no recruiting, no defense. I have to use that school's playbook. So I'm just wasting time trying to get my coach level up to at least a level 21. And then we will leave and go actually be a head coach, and then I'll actually start recruiting good players. So we're limited on purpose. This lag is driving me crazy. So yeah, my Iowa stream, we got an athlete with 91 speed and 86 throw power. He threw for over 4,000 yards and ran for over 1,500. And then I recruited 3 number 1 quarterbacks in the nation behind him. So, yeah. Yeah, Navy does blow. This is the like the default rosters too from... It's not the most current revamped rosters. It's the one before that. No, this is the most... This is the January 22nd one. So this is the most current one off of Operation Sports. So... But we're going to leave Notre Dame after this season and go to another school. And then we're going to leave that school and go to another school until we pick our school to be a head coach at. All right, see, now I can see they're pressing both guys from the outside. And he can't hit that throw. Has 0 zip on the ball. We have more picks than we have touchdowns so far this year. So we got to throw these, as Revamp calls them, rinky-dink passes. Just to move the chains. Hey, Revamp, I think that was the term that George used that you were trying to remember the other day when I was streaming, and he said something right before I did it. I think it was rinky. It was move the chains. I always preach move the chains. Don't try to take too many shots. Get the first down. Then take your shot. Perfect. Yeah, these guys are terrible on defense. He's got 132 yards in the first half. He might run for 300 yards. Hey, you guys want to see me run for 300 yards with a running back? Let's go for it. What's the NCAA record? We're only on 7-minute quarters too. What's the NCAA current record for rush yards in a game? It's got to be 400 and something, right? He's going to be close to 200 by halftime here, especially if they go 3 and out. And if I know I'm going for that, then we'll call different plays. I'll quit running with the quarterback. .427. All right, I got a goal. Go down. Damn it. He tripped. That was a touchdown. That definitely would have been a touchdown. That's our backup running back in there. It's our fullback. Let's just get this touchdown, see if we can stop him and do it again. All right. We know this quarterback sucks. Let's see if we can get a long pass here, at least get a field goal. They only have 80 yards of offense.
Let's go. Green 19. Check.
You catch it? No. Damn. You know, if I had a quarterback with an arm, this would be a touchdown. We don't use Hail Mary because all that does is make all the defenders go to the same exact spot. We want to spread these guys out and have as few defenders in the area as possible. He does not have the strength to go deep. Yeah. Yeah, I was playing a zone. He's playing a flat zone. They're not going to let me kick the field goal. What the fuck happened? I thought I called timeout. Damn it. I love when they suction right to your offensive lineman. I'm trying to go around him to that hole, and he just went, and he just stuck on his hip. Down he goes. Fuck. What was 75 doing? This is the blocking logic in this game. Whatever. Now we got to throw. Looking X right at the seam. Or square. All right. Now let's get back to running the ball.
Here we go.
Shit. He fucking tackled my running back. Gotta love that. That's why I hate those speed option plays, because they're dog shit. Oh, we're not gonna get 300 yards on the ground at this rate. Yeah, I know you want to go back outside, but you're not going outside. I just cleaned your paws, girl. You're muddy as shit. Should have been trying for that goal from the start. Let's go.
Green 90. Green 90.
Be nice if he could hold his block here. Hold his block longer than 2 seconds here. They never call holding this game, so we're going aggressive.
Right here. Check 59. Mike is 59. Let's go.
God damn it. Well, no wonder. It's the other running back. It's not the same guy. All right. Let's just play the game and not worry about it. I'm not going to get it. It's that simple. It's just not going to get it. They keep subbing him out. Can't keep the same fucking back in the game longer than 5 minutes. Should have dove. Now it's going to kick a field goal. All right. Well, that goal lasted all of 5 seconds, and oh, shit. I hit X. Love when the game doesn't want you to play. I'm spamming X, nothing happens. All right. It's at 2 o'clock. So frustrating.
Here we go. Green 88.
Not even who I really wanted to go to on that play. I was going to go to somebody on the other side circle, but he was off screen. I couldn't even see what was going on because of that zoom. This camera really hates play action. God damn. No one wants to hold their blocks now. Oh, that was some wonderful blocking out there in space, wasn't it? They let those guys just roam free right up the sideline. All right. Fourth quarter. All right. This will be the last quarter for today. We'll come back this weekend. I don't know when this weekend. we'll be back, finish this off, and pick a new school, and then start up next week with that particular offensive coordinator, and we'll try to get these meaningless seasons out of the way early. And hey, Spectre, depending on what team we go to, you guys may not have to wait until that first recruiting class to get guys on the team, because if we go to a school that has some pretty good redshirt freshmen and stuff already, you can jump on those guys and definitely get 4 years worth out of those guys. Stay on your feet. Ever since I said I wanted to go for that record, he hasn't done a goddamn thing. It's like EA's listening, right? Pull him over. Push. Push. That's a small DB and a big tight end, and he can't get through him. All right, let's run this Wisconsin. See if we can actually push through these guys. That was easy. All right. It's like cones in the game. Oh, revamp. I was having flashbacks to your game last night when you threw that deep pass that was going to go for a touchdown, and that slot receiver jumped and stole the ball away from your outside receiver. I thought that guy crossing the middle was going to steal that pass. That was one of the funniest moments in the entire stream, was watching that guy thinking he did something really good when he actually fucked up the game. Hey, coach, did you like that effort? No, you fucking cost us a game. You know all those stickers on your helmet? I'm taking them all off now because you fucking lost us the game. Almost cost the game. That was going to be a touchdown for sure. That was definitely a touchdown. I see this dude laying out. What are you doing? Well, he got his 200 yards. Didn't get his 400 yards. See if we can get this touchdown pass over the middle, or we're going to throw another pick. Don't know why he stopped his route, but I had to wait for him to start it up again. God, 4 minutes left. We might sim this. We might sim the rest of this game out because I'm done. I'm done playing against these baby backs. Get outside. Get away. Somebody block this guy. I don't know what Notre Dame's record is. It's got 30 carries for 230. Not bad. Yeah, in a game like that last night, it is so hard to follow chat and keep up with chat because you're so pissed off and you're so trying to focus on the shit that the game's trying to do to you, that trying to stay entertaining and responding is damn near impossible. Go down. Thank you. Well, I'm looking for something. Give me a second. There. Hold on. 1 second. All right. Check this out. You see all this gray, right?
I got one. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Yeah, that's probably 16 years ago. Does that have oh, it's more than that. It's 2007. Yeah, didn't always have gray hair. Actually had a better hairline too. Sucks getting old. Where is he at? Is he up to 250 yet? Let's try and get him his 250, and then I'll just sim out the rest of the game. This isn't even our best running back. Our best running back is injured. Hike the ball. Spamming X. Hike the ball. There we go. Quarterback can run the DB over. I don't know why the wide receivers and tight ends can't. One second. Did he get it? Yes. Got over 250 yards on that one play. All I did was tap circle. I just tapped it. I did not hard throw that. All right, 62-0. Did we score more points than their overall as a team? It's not locked up. I can still hear the music. Let's go. Of course, it's going to lock up at the very last game of the stream. This is hilarious. The very last game. I wasn't even spamming X after the game. All right. I'll just replay this game off stream. All right. Thanks, guys, for coming in. Thanks for everybody who came in for their first time, followed, and checked it out. Appreciate it. We will be back over the weekend sometime to finish off this season. And as soon as I can get the Iowa Dynasty back to where it was, then we'll start that back up. Yeah, it's hard locked. I'm going to have to reboot my PS3. Isn't that funny? I wasn't hitting X. So anyway, we are going to go raid a good buddy of mine, Cincy Bowen Gaming, who's playing NCAA as well. He's a member of this NWO league I'm in as well. He's a great streamer for MLB The Show, and he has a great wrestling stream. If you like wrestling, he has that from time to time as well. Has all of us other streamers in there as wrestlers, and we're competing against each other. But we're going to go raid Cincy. You can go watch him. He's well worth a follow. So let me get my raid screen up here, and we will go hit up Cincy and go from there. So once you guys are ready, we'll go raid Cincy, and I'm going to give you a thanks for watching screen. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. And I will see you again next time. Take care. Have a good weekend.